Can you all hear me? Everybody? I know I did this one time and I asked, I said, can everybody hear me? He said, yeah, a fellow way in the back said, I can't hear him, come on back here. Now I have notes because my memory is out there. And your memory's out there too. When you try to remember something, this isn't boring. When you try to remember something, how many of you say, oh, it will come to me? Where is it? It's out there. And that's where mine is. And I may be talking to a little older group than ready for this, because Richard, you know, you're at the age, or you were at the age, where everything dries up and one don't dry up, leaks. And you're at the age when you come out of the bathroom, you may have forgot to pull up your zipper. It really gets bad when you forget to pull it down. And all of us, I guess most of us are in this condition. You have to find your hearing aid and put in your teeth before you can have somebody to find your glasses. The wild oats turn into prunes and all bran. I've known Richard for quite some years. There were 3 of us in the family, 3 boys, and we were just like this. This is Richard down here. I know I shouldn't tell this on. Some of this stuff is true and some of it's false. And I'll let you figure out which is true. One night, we lived together for about 55 years next door to each other, and we had a common driveway that circled around, and it was a summer night and it was about 9:30. I was sitting out enjoying the evening, and a car drove up the driveway on my side. A fellow got out, came over to me, he said, are you Richard? I said, no. I said, he lived right next door. He said, well, I just wanted to find out where the place was, because I'm going to come to visit him tomorrow. I said, well, why don't you go over there tonight? No, he said, I'm coming tomorrow. I just wanted to find out where it is so I wouldn't get lost. I said, well, Marge is sitting there in the living room reading a book. I said, I'll walk over with you. So I walked part of the way. I said, just go up on the porch and knock on the door. So he went up there and knocked on the door, and I heard him say, he said, is this where Richard lives? She said, yeah, just bring him in and lay him down on the sofa. I never went fishing with Richard once in a while. I never went fishing with him. I typed this wrong. Anyhow, we went fishing one day, and we didn't catch any fish. And he said, now we're going to go by the market and pick up some fish. And I said, well, I don't need any. He said, why? I says, Claire, last thing she told me, she said, while you're fishing, I'll go out and get something for supper. Well, he had to bring fish home, so we went to the market, and he bought two nice trout, about that long, and they wrapped them up, and back then they rolled them up in newspaper. And he paid him, and he backed off, and he threw the meat market man said, just throw them to him, and he threw them to him, and he caught him. Oh, I walked out the door, I said, what was that all about? He said, well, he said, I go home, I'm going to tell Marjorie I caught 2 fish. I said, I may be a poor fisherman, but I'm not a liar. Now, if y'all get tired, just go to sleep. Now, he was late in life learning golf. I mean, you talk about golf. And so he went up to the driving range. He didn't know beans about golf. Well, he got to be so he was pretty good at that driver. He could drive that thing 350 yards. Or if I'm lying, I'll make it a little higher. So then he got time, so you got to come play golf. You're just great. He said, well, I don't know a thing about the game. So you're coming on out today. You're going to play golf. So his buddies took him out there, and so now what do I do? He said, well, you see that green way down there about 200 yards with that little flag in it? So well, you aim for that. So Richard took a swat at it. The ball was within 5 feet of the hole. So he got up there on the green and said, what do I do now? So get your putt and see if you can put it in that hole. He said, why didn't you tell me that when I was down in the tree? We've had a little trouble with our tools, and Claire told me one day, says, well, you leave your tools out in the yard all the time, says, why don't you paint all your tool handles green? So then when Richard borrows one, you can go over there and just pick it up. So I got my tool